Endless Hustle is presented by Eat Clean Bro, a convenient solution to bring you the highest quality chef-prepared meals delivered right to your door. Eat Clean Bro is the contract-free solution for your meal prep needs. Made with all-natural ingredients and next-day delivery, every meal feels like you have someone cooking for you right at home. All right, it's a great day on Endless Hustle, as I now can call him friend of the show because he's a repeat customer. Shooter's back, the one and only Christopher MacDonald. Chris, great to have you back on, man. You are a busy dude. I want to talk to you first. I'm on Twitter last week, and all of a sudden I see pictures of you with a new Adidas Golf collection, and I'm like, yeah. Whoever thought of that idea deserves a bonus. So congratulations. Tell me how this all came together.
Well, a company called extrabutter.com is the ones that are really responsible for it happening. They had a great idea. They said, let's put a lot of brands together and celebrate the 25th anniversary of Happy Gilmore. So they got in touch with me and they said, would you like to be part of it? And I said, sounds great. We came out and we shot it down in San Diego, not on Torrey Pines, but in San Diego, and had a great time. With PK Subban and Roger Steele and Miss Tar. Have you seen how good she is? Have you seen all these? I mean, the girl, that was a wonder what she did. Tanya, she's unbelievable. Anyway, it all came together. I like the swag. I like the style. I like the drip. And so I said, sure. And then, of course, you have fat scooters, which are, they're only two wheels, so they're less impact on the golf course. Tried telling that to my golf course. They said, not yet. Oh, whatever. But they're great fun. And so we drops on the 25th of June, and I wear my hat out, which is kind of the badass hat where I'm not putting on my head so much because people want it. They said, dude, how much for that hat? What do I have to do to get that hat? I went, well, you're gonna have to wait till the 25th. So, but it's so cool. They have the really cool little kind of like Izod on your pocket. They had the guns, which are awesome. And they got it on the clothes. They got it on the shoes. They have, Adidas has just rocked it out with, don't they call them like Power Boost or like something like that? They are so comfortable. Those golf shoes are badass. So it was win-win. People were terrific. Everybody had a lot of fun. And I think that it's a really good campaign, which I'm just getting into. I don't know anything about that stuff. So.
Yeah, so the video is so awesome. So getting into that character, listen, when you were on the show a couple months ago, you get into Shooter like it's a glove at this point. But bringing it back in a video form, is it a one-take thing for you? How easy, how much creativity? Is it just like, let me be Shooter and just put the camera on me? How does it all work with you?
Well, it's true. I can fall right into character of Shooter any moment that I want to, because it was such a indelible part of my career. So I think the thing is they give me an outline and I just rip with it. And we changed some lines. We got a lot of lines in. These guys went to the head of Universal and have all the rights, and they said we want to do this, and then they gave them the okay. So it's just great fun. It's great fun to be revisiting this great character. Had nothing but fun making it, and now to do it again with these other people as like the guy on the senior tour is also quite fun. So another generation of golf is getting invited in, and I think that's what the movie did in a lot of ways with Happy Gilmore's certain swag style that he was rocking the work boots, the baggy shorts, the t-shirts out, and like maybe a hoodie. That's how he rolled. And it's like, it was the antithesis of what golf club etiquette should be. So I think that they ran with that too. And they made it some really sweet clothes. So, and
I want to talk to you about PK Subban, because few athletes have done a better job of marketing themselves both in their sport as well as outside of their sport. So getting to spend time with him and seeing how he's really building this incredible brand for himself, what were some of the takeaways in getting to know him and seeing what he's doing?
Well, they're kids, for one thing. He's a hell of a hockey player, though. They constantly have their phone in front of them. They're always doing this. So they're always getting all kinds of stuff. And I was trying to make some putts, and that was a tricky thing. And they were like, come on, Shooter, put it in. And then, they finally put it in, and things like that just make me laugh. These guys are on it. It's a whole nother thing when you are, when you're making your brand. Roger Steele is genius with it as well. And so is Tanya. I mean, these guys are players when it comes to that stuff. They're influencers. So that's never been my forte. I was kind of behind the cue ball on that one. And now I'm learning. I'm learning how to repost things and throw things out. I might even do a Throwback Thursday. Look at me being all like woke. So anyway, he's a great guy. I loved all three of them. They were really funny to work with, and they were, we just ad-lib stuff here and there and made it as fun as possible. And it's a celebration of one of the great golf movies ever. And to have it break right around after the U.S. Open is, it's good timing. So it's great.
Did you, and I'm always fascinated by cross sports conversations.
Yeah.
I know you're a big golf aficionado, and we're going to talk about the U.S. Open and all that great stuff shortly, but did you get to ask him about hockey? Are you a hockey fan? And was there any hockey conversations?
Yeah, he's a Blackhawk, I believe, right? So he's played.
No, he's a New Jersey Devil.
Like I say, New Jersey Devil, but he had this stint in the Blackhawk world, and he's a hell of a defenseman. He is just a true athlete, and the thing about him is that he's just so game and he went out there with the hockey stick and redid the whole like Gilmore thing. I thought it was hysterical, and one of his old teammates is a friend of mine, and they're both just great defensemen. But I didn't know that's right. He's a Sun Devil now because he was rocking that thing too with the horns coming up. Now I remember that. You're right. So, but yeah, they like I say, all three of them are just wicked good on the internet, and I still struggle with it a little bit, but it's a challenge that I'm up for. So.
I want to talk to you about your new show, Hacks. It's one of my favorite shows. You and Jean Smart are magic together. She's just magic in general. I didn't realize until I got into that show how great it was going to be. So, and everybody's loving it. What's the feedback been for you? And are you kind of blown away at how much people are adoring you guys and the show?
I wouldn't say I was blown away because I knew doing it that it was spectacular writing. When I first read it, I went, this is great. These people just they went off, and they've been very successful as a trio before. It's Jen Statsky and Paul W. Downs and Lucia. These are just really talented writers. They did a movie I absolutely loved. This with all the Saturday Night Live people. It's like One Crazy Night. I forgot the name of it right now, but it was great. And so getting invited to come play with these guys, and my old pal Jean, my God, she's having the it moment, the Gina-sance as they call it, because she is just flying through there. She's just owning everything, and I wish her nothing but the best because she works harder than anybody I know. And since we had a little bit of history and we've both been doing it for about 40 plus years, it was great to have a chance to work with her. And our repartee was good. You could tell we had a nice long history, and she deserves everything she's getting, all that attention she's getting. She's in every magazine, talk show right now, and it's pretty much a lock. She'll get a nomination at least for the role, maybe even the award. These things are in God's hands. But like you say, I can't walk down the street in New York without people going, dude, Shaq, Hacks. It's like, yeah, I almost said Shooter Hacks because it's Shooter, but it's also Hacks now, which is very funny. Made me laugh. And people love the show. Men, women love it. They just love the writing. They love the chemistry. They love the dramedy of it because it takes you one way, it pulls you in comedy, and then it comes back and kind of goes right to your heart. And you go, oh my God. It's a great show, and I'm just happy for the whole production team and excited for HBO Max. Delighted to be on board. I got my hat. Hang on.
There we go. Let's get that hat on. All right.
Got my swag hat. Look at that. What?
Dude, how do I get that sent to me? I would rock that. I'll rock that in interviews and go promote your line for free just because you're you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Let me know.
They're going to be in high demand. These are pretty sweet hats. There's also a visor that's gold. There's a gold jacket with the extra butter big thing on it that's really, really badass. And then there's a shirt and the shoes, like I say, and then there's pants, Adidas pants. They did it right. And then there's a fat scooter involved, like I told you. And I think that is just a complete riot. So it's very fresh. It's very dope. See how I'm getting the old vernacular now? See what I did there? But it's, they're coming out on the 25th. That's when they drop, and then you can order away.
You mentioned Jean having her moment, and you're right. I was actually just reading, and I didn't realize this. What she went through at the end of the filming with her husband passed. Were you guys aware of that? And by the way, how the F do you keep it together when you're going through that as her? I can't believe her. For those who don't know, her husband literally passed away while you guys were filming.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. We took a week off while he was in the hospital, and then the irony being that her husband in the show, fictitious husband, also died at the beginning, and it's just like a weird thing. But she got through it because she's a trooper, and she wanted to get through it and just bring it to the table. But there were moments when I held her, and she just kind of like was having a moment, and it's not. Can't imagine going through it while you're working on a show like this and being the lead and just having all that responsibility and having to be funny and all that stuff when your personal life is just a shambles. I mean, I felt so terrible for her. She's coming out of it now slowly. But I think that's one of the most important things in her life right now is dealing with that whole event and helping her daughter through that as well. And I mean, Jean's tough. She's showbiz royalty as far as I'm concerned. So she came back. She finished with great aplomb, and we got it done. And now that it's on such a great trajectory, it's a blessing, and it's a very welcome blessing. Kind of like to ease the pain a little bit here because she's getting just kudos across the board.
When you guys are filming it, Chris, do you feel the magic? Because it obviously translates when you're watching the show. You guys it does feel like you guys, even though in character, have known each other for decades, and that these two characters do have this incredible history with each other. Do you feel that in the moment as you're filming it, and do you know it's going to translate the way that it did?
Well, it's just, we know each other, like you say, and we did ad lib. And a lot of it made it to the actual final product. Editing is exquisite. The circumstance is really fun. It's dangerously, I've got my agenda. She's got her agenda. She needs to get back and they get her Fridays and Saturdays back. And I've got news to tell her. And it's just a great dynamic to play. And then one thing leads to another. And then, oh my God, you wake up together and not to be a spoiler here, but it's just magic stuff. And I think that we know it's great material. That's a given for the actor, and we played the best we could have. I mean, how do you have your daughter run off and get married at a drive-through wedding thing? I mean, but she did. I mean, it got to her too because she didn't want to miss it, and that was a very cool thing how they tied in the great Hannah Einbinder. It's just it's tantamount to really great writing and really great storytelling, and that's how life is, man. It's just kind of, you never know where it's going to take you. And so kudos to them.
I think it's also a fascinating commentary on show business in general. You could be at the top of the top, but everyone has their expiration date. And now for you, look at your career, for instance, you've experienced the top of top, and here you are still trucking along. Were there ever moments where you were concerned that you might hit your expiration date? You obviously haven't, but were there ever moments where you're like, it might be over for Chris MacDonald?
Well, it's a passing thing. I kind of squelched that down, but not yet, buddy, not yet. I love what I do. I'm very grateful to get opportunities to work, and there's just 2 or 3 things lined up now, and it's kind of just it's a really fun roller coaster ride. I got to say, it's like there's always going to be some downtimes. Of course, you're going through COVID. So thank God I had the chance to reach out to some of my really, really great fans and made a lot of fun, a lot of connections through that. But, it started out 2021, started out with a bang, and it's been going strong ever since. So I try not to think like that. As a younger actor, I was like, oh no, I'll never work again. And that goes through your head, how am I supposed to, because you don't have any entree, you don't have any history, you don't have any hits behind you. You don't have anything in your bag of tricks. Is like, it's pretty shallow. But then you get a great technique going, and then you go and do a play, and then you go, I just feel like $1 million now. Confidence comes back, and you're right back on the treadmill, man, just going, woo, let's ride this out. And that's what makes something like this all the more sweet, because it's such great writing, such great acting, great directing, and HBO gave us a great launch. So it's a home run, and it's one of the things that you can count on one hand in a life as an actor. I think when it comes out, it makes this much noise. So I'm very excited for everybody involved.
One of those things that you had mentioned coming up is you are joining the Marvel Universe, which for an actor, I mean, that's the biggest of the big. So, and I know with Marvel, they don't let you say anything. It's all top secret. The snipers have the red lights on you. I know. But what I do want to know is, how does that get initiated? Is it a call from Kevin Feige? Like, how does it all start? And did someone say, I'm a Shooter McGavin fan and I want you in Marvel? Like, how does it all start?
That's a very good question, because I don't know exactly how it started. I happened to get the phone call. I was in the car driving to my home, and I'm with my daughter, and they said, Chris, are you sitting down? I said, well, I'm sure I am sitting down right now. I'm in my car. And they said, you might want to pull over. I said, well, okay, what's going on? Well, just pull over. This is going to be good. So I pull off, get up the off ramp, go and pull on a side street. And I sit there and have them tell me that this whole thing is just fallen from the Marvel universe into my life, where I can cross over into all these different things. I'm going to start with another brilliant cast. You know, Sam Jackson, and it's Olivia Colman, Erica Clark. It's pinch me time. You know what I mean? It's just rare and wonderful. But there was no meeting. There was no nothing. They said they want you. We're doing this. And don't say a word. That's all I'm saying right now. I just had a lovely conversation with the writer, and we're on the same page now. And I guess I go full at it in London in the fall. So I'm excited, beyond challenged, everything you want to be as an actor, intrigued by the whole thing. I'm doing my homework right now and seeing every one of those great Marvel movies in order. And it's helping me get a grasp of what a gift that the largest thing the biggest thing in show business now is the Marvel movement. There's 23 of them, and they just go out and crush it every time. So it's a dream come true to be part of something like this.
What's your daughter's reaction as you're in the car? Do you become cool dad, like over the 10 seconds where you're like, hey honey, guess what dad just landed?
Yeah, she heard the whole thing. I was like, so she was sitting right next to me, and then she was like, are you kidding me? It was, I think, well, she's the greatest kid in the world. So she said, Dad, this is a game changer. And I said, I guess it is. And so it was we were both buzzing with excitement and gratitude, and just, wow. It didn't really sink in until I was halfway, I don't know, another 5 miles, 7 miles went, rolled down my window like, what? It was just the excitement and the exuberance I had for making this happen in my life. I've been doing this thing called The Artist's Way, and you listeners out there, it's a brilliant book. It's 25 years old, and it's as fresh as it was the first time I looked at it about 25 years ago. So I'm doing that with my other daughter, who's also a thespian, and you do your morning pages and things like that. It's just a great journey, and miracles do happen. You could prepare yourself to be receptive to miracles, and you never know where they're coming from. And this one came out like a boomerang, like wink, and I was like, oh. So I'm still buzzing about it, because I think it's going to be nothing but fun and challenging, and just all eyes will be on the prize, which is kind of fantastic.
Yeah, and by the way, all these Disney Plus shows are crushing it. Like Loki's out right now.
Yeah.
Each one gets bigger and bigger. It started with WandaVision, then it goes to Falcon and Winter Soldier, now Loki, and then you guys with the whole Nick Fury thing. I'm like, this is but do they tell you on the phone call? Are they rattling off what your role is? Or are they just like, Chris, you're in Marvel, here's the quick synopsis? Or are they like detailing it?
I think it's more like the first one. They did tell me some things that I can't tell you, but they give you an overview of where you're going, what the possibilities are, how the crossover is going to happen. Go from Disney Plus to movies. This is a character that's brand new. It can go to all different levels of the story, and that's what makes it really compelling for me. And and I got my work cut off to me, but they don't give me the too much specifics because, God forbid an actor leaks that out, and that's like, I'd be murdered.
You're getting assassinated. Marvel's coming to your house, tying you up, Chris.
Exactly.
It's
Don't try
over.
to tweet it out of me, pal. It's not going to happen.
So I know you're a big golf aficionado. We're coming off of an incredible U.S. Open, and obviously John Rahm, who had that whole COVID situation, to then come back and win the U.S. Open. How incredible was that as a fan?
Cinderella story, pretty much fantastic. Just such a great player. How does somebody come back after leading by, was it 6 strokes in the previous thing? Oh, I'm happy, so happy for him. I got to say, I was rooting for a couple other guys too. I don't know what happened to Bland, but I didn't watch everything because I'm doing this East Coast swing here. But he just kind of fell off the map, and after 2 rounds, he was 5 under, and it was like, what? So it's a hard game. Then add the level of competition that these guys are. I mean, they start out, you're under 5 under, and then the next time I look up and there's like, oh, they're 2 under. What happened? And then they missed the putt by this much. It's a maddening game, but it's so exciting to watch. It is one of the most exciting things to watch. The way they do it now on television, it's a gift, man. I was just so happy for everybody. I would love to see Rory just because he was just burning it on, and then Louis was just killing it. Anyway, it was as exciting as it can be. It was an absolute one for the memories, because John Rahm, man, God love him, just a brilliant win.
What I've always wanted to ask you, what is your dream golf experience? If Chris MacDonald could be given this gift of a dream golf experience, what would it be?
Well, I'd have all my friends together. I'm going to try to do it with my friend Jim Kelly, and go over there with 8-10 guys into Ireland, into the mother country, and just do that kind of links golf where you get in the rough. It's like, okay, give me another ball, because it's this bit. I mean, it's crazy how hard it is out there. I played it once as a younger man, and it got my attention. But I think that on a beautiful late summer day, with guys you love, and out there in that beautiful weather, that beautiful course, and that's kind of like blood memory going through your vein as the greatest game of all time, and just having great shots. I think that's my fantasy round, and I hope it's going to happen.
How do people respond when you show up to a golf course? Obviously, you're arguably the most iconic golf character and definitely the most iconic golf villain of all time. How do people respond when you show up to a golf course?
Well, I keep my head down because it could be, I'm there actually to warm up. I go to to the driving range, and I'll go way down to the right. But, someone will notice, and they go, and they're like, that's Shooter. And that little buzz happens here. And then a couple of guys walk down, and they say, could you help me with my swing? I was doing that yesterday. And they were really novices, but at the same time, once I worked with them for like maybe a minute, and the ball went straight off, and he was like, oh, I said, yeah, you got it, pal. Yeah, you'll be coming back, because it's such a rush when you can do that dead solid perfect. When you hit a 7-iron, 150 yards, just go. So anyway, that's what happens. There's a lot of buzz that happens. Then when I go out on the course, the separation makes it a less. They're less surrounding you. But then again, at the end, at the 19th hole, if you will, it's on. It's signing autographs. It's hugging it out. It's taking selfies. It's just enjoying another great day of golf, and with fans, which I really enjoy. So a lot of fun.
How cool was it to see Phil bring home the PGA Championship for all of us old guys? You're a little older than me, but I'm 43. I'm joining the old guy group. But to see Phil, and by the way, he's now participating in the match with Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Bryson DeChambeau. So I want to get your thoughts on all of that. How cool is it seeing Phil? And then how cool is it seeing Brady and Rodgers in the match?
Well, Brady and Rodgers in the match is going to be brilliant, but he was also pitching before Tiger had his unfortunate accident, that it was going to be Sandler and Mickelson versus Tiger and Shooter. That would have been interesting. But at the same time, he's got a great match right now. And one last thing on Tiger, I just hope that that would be the greatest comeback, although he's already had the greatest comeback. Layers more coming back and playing in the senior tour and still having that magic that he has. I was so thrilled for Phil. I just was above the moon because talk about he was up, he was down, he was up, he was down, he was up. It's just a roller coaster, and it was just a really brilliant golf. He just had a great. And then I've got about 2 or 3 weeks before that it was Justin Thomas, and man, he killed it. It was so much fun to watch it. But I kind of like to catch the first round, and then then you watch the second round and see who makes the cut, and then it's such a great thing. And I'm also like swinging my club while I'm watching it in my living room. It's just so much fun to see because these guys swing like butter, like extra butter. It's fantastic. So nothing but great entertainment and freakishly good golfers.
Did I hear you right? Was that a serious conversation about having you and Sandler and then do the match? That was like really a discussion.
It was right around the time of all that bantering going back and forth about the 25th, and then it was Phil's idea. I think he says that no, we're going to take their head off or something like that, and so that just gets everybody's aggro going. Oh, really? And it didn't get to the point where I talked to Tiger about it, but they might have pushed it through, and it might have been a really really fun thing to do. So, but I don't know if they'd kill us, but I got short game. So Tiger Woods off the tee, Shooter got the putt and the chip. We're good. So we'll see how it all.
By the way, when I spoke to you last time, the 25th and that whole viral video had just happened. Yeah. And then you go on Dan Patrick right afterwards, and it really ignited this whole conversation. Has that furthered at all? I mean, is there any real talk about potentially a sequel?
That was a great moment because Dan Patrick, God love him, was complimentary of both of us and really kind of getting going because, the fans really demand this. There's so much interest. So what do you think, Sandler? And, your Happy Madison Productions, this is going to happen. Of course, I'm there going, yeah, baby. Shooter's Tour, the Revenge, something fun. I think it'd be great as a Ryder Cup event. They bring him on and as the captain's pick, and you go, not him. He's a freak sexual clown. And then he ends up like winning the event with a crazy putt with his hockey thing. And that's because this movie is like worldwide. We have fans in all around Europe, from Australia, very, very big in Australia, things like that. Anyway, so boy, that would be a blast. And I'm so glad that he asked. And Sandler said, well, yeah, I think so. I think the fans really do want it. And even though he's notoriously famous for not wanting to do sequels, especially when something really resonates, but he did it with Grown Ups and he did it with, Deuce Bigelow. So anyway, hopefully Netflix and he will see the light and go, this is a good idea. And the fans will go, finally, we'll have a good time.
When you're in this moment, Chris, the Adidas collection, the 25th of Happy Gilmore, the Marvel show, Hacks is a monster hit. What do you when you lay in bed at night, what's kind of going through your head at this point in your career?
Well, man, it's gratitude mostly. Just it's part of that. I was just on the roller coaster going up, and this is going tick 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 tick, and then woo, and it stays on a higher plane. There's none of those big depths yet. But of course, that'll come back. It's the nature of the business. I get so many great calls from people who I haven't talked with, actor friends, college friends, saying how much they love Hacks and the news about Marvel being amazing. And, and I'm also did another one, the American Crime Story. I played Bill Clinton's attorney, the story of Monica Gate. It's been a crazy year so far. And God knows what's going to happen with Marvel. But Marvel is going to be, I don't know. I have so much anticipation about it because I know not enough, and I like to have a lot of research time behind it to really come out there. So I can have all guns firing. Anyway, it's a crazy time. I'm a grateful man. Loving to make connections with fans and old college pals and fellow actors I've worked with over the years, and it's a wild ride. So just pinch me, man. I'm like, woo, let's do this. What a gift. You know what I mean? It's just, it's an incredible good feeling. I got to say that much.
I have two more things for you, and I'll let you go. All Number right. One is we talked some hockey, and I'm curious how you think Shooter McGavin would do with 10 slap shots. If he had 10 slap shots, how many goals do you think he's scoring against an NHL goalie?
Now, do I have skates on? Because that's not going to happen. I'd fall right on my tush. 10 shots. I guess if Shooter was, if I could get up there close, am I on a penalty line or am I coming up on him?
No, I'll put you stable. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You're just standing on the ice, no skates. We're going to give you some advantages.
Okay, good. Well, I do have some trick shots up my sleeve, and I think there's a kindness level because I'm in a way over my head with these, NHL the goalies. They are sick, so talented, freakishly talented, that they might let me blow like 2 of them. And that's about it. 2 out of 10. That's what I say. And that's just honest. If I got 3, I'd be over the moon.
All right. Before I let you go, you did a shout out for the show last time. Can I have you do another one where you're something like Shooter McGavin's back on Endless Hustle? Something fun like that, where you're just like saying that you're a returning guest.
Okay. Hey, Christopher MacDonald here, a.k.a. Shooter McGavin is back on Endless Hustle. Talk about fun, talk about golf, talk about swag, talk about great stuff. I'm having a lot of fun. Round 2 is a blast. See you there. Shooter out.
That was fucking perfect, Chris.
Right,
I'm so happy you came back on. Thank you so much. We're going to start getting all this stuff out. As soon as I saw the Adidas stuff and hacks, I reached out to Andrew and I was just like, can we have him back on? I wanted to promote all this stuff for you, man. You're just one of the nicest dudes to talk to. And thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, dude. It's a lot of fun talking with you. You're a good man.
Thanks so much, Chris. See you later. Good luck with everything. You're killing it, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
See you, brother.
Bye-bye.